Hi, welcome back to EducateTube.com. My name is Sipsky, your host. Last week we transcoded a 1080p 2 gig video file that was 11 minutes and 48 seconds on 5 different computer systems, and we conclude that the i7 8th generation is definitely the fastest, followed by the i3rd and 6th generation. And we compare that also to the Xeon older processor, 8 core, and the i5 3rd generation, and those are quite slow, especially the i5 3rd generation. This time around, we're going to use a Ultra HD video file. It's a 2.5 minute long, and we're going to try to transcode it with 5 different computer systems, and I'll post the configuration up for you at the end of this video, and you can see the result. But as you can tell already, my prediction, of course, is going to be the i7 8th generation followed by the i6 and i3. The question is, how much more faster will it be compared to the i3 3rd generation and the Xeon 8 core CPU desktop. It's a 10 to 12 years old desktop with a 64 gig RAM, but I don't think the RAM makes a big difference when it's a small file and it doesn't have a heavy color grading or effects on it. But anyway, I want to do the test to see that I can make a better decision when I choose laptop for Ultra HD video editing. And I mentioned this in my laptop pick for 2019 and beyond, and I said that, you know, I don't think it matters too much if you're doing 1080p, but when you do Ultra HD video editing using Davinci Resolve, I think it does matter whether it's a 2nd generation i5 or 8th generation i7. Okay, so let's have a look at it right now. I load up the video file, the 2.5 minute Ultra HD video file, onto these 3 computers, and I'll show you the other 2 computers result as well. Let's do this one first and see how long it will take to transcode. Okay, so it has a basic color correction already. I set everything up. I just need to start render. Let's see. All right, let's start the timer again. You might want to subtract a few seconds from the timer. Okay. Okay, just a little bit. All right, there's a little bit slight 1 or 2 second difference, so account for that. Let's see how long it's going to take. Now, I did the transcode for i5 3rd generation already, and it took, for 2.5 minute clips, 2 minutes and 25 seconds actually, to be exact, 1 gig file, Ultra HD on an i5 3rd generation. It took 25 minutes and 52 seconds. That's pretty slow. Okay, now on the Xeon 8 core process, the I think it's E430 CPU. It's a dual core 4 core times 2, that's 8 core. On that, it took 9 minutes and 43 seconds. Now, so far, in 1 minute, on the i7 8th generation, it's already 25%. On the i7 6th generation, it's 20%. And then on the i7 3rd generation, is 14%. So you know what? This i7 3rd generation, actually, as I predicted, I was one of my prediction was that even though with the 1080p, the i7 3rd generation and 6th generation were very close, but because we're now doing Ultra HD, the file's much bigger, 4 times bigger. The i7 6th generation has a bigger VRAM. It has a 4 gig VRAM. This one has only 2 gig VRAM, and it's a K1000. This one's an M1000. And my prediction was, if it was coding in Ultra HD, the i7 6th generation with M1000 4 gig RAM will be a bit faster. And Yeah, it's true. Okay, so it seems that if you're doing Ultra HD, the video graphic card with bigger VRAM does matter, and the newer generation NVIDIA card will be better as well. This is the M1000, this is the K1000 with 2 gig RAM VRAM. This is a 4 gig VRAM. This one also has a 4 gig VRAM as well. This is a 1050 Ti. So there's definitely a big difference. Okay, so 63%, 64%, and it's 2 minutes and 48 seconds. Okay. You know what I'm going to do, the last test I'm going to do is, after this 2.5 minute Ultra HD, I'm going to pull up a 4 gig Ultra HD video file, and I'll see how fast these 3 computer will do. I'm not going to test it on the i5 3rd generation. I already know it's going to be super slow. Imagine on 2.5 minutes, it took already 25 minutes and 52 seconds. And the Xeon too, I will not test on that because it took 9 minutes and 43 seconds just to do 2.5 minutes of Ultra HD video clips. But definitely I'm going to try on these 3 computers again with a 4 gig video file with i7 8th, 6th, and 3rd generation and see how it does. Okay, so we're going to do that. But right now, let's see, it's 89%, 62, and 43. As suspected. With Ultra HD, you need the i7 6th generation with higher graphic card with more VRAM will make a difference. 1080p for the 3rd and 6th generation i7, not much. Okay. Okay, we're almost done. It's done. Okay, 4 minutes and 17 seconds. Okay, for the i7 8th generation, 4 minutes and 17 seconds. All right. This one is 71%. This is 50%. So the i7 6th generation is now about 20% faster than the i7 3rd generation for Ultra HD transcoding. For 1080p, there's not much difference. So that's something new to me. I didn't suspect that to happen. I thought that 1080p would be faster as well, not just Ultra HD, but it seems like the 1080p wouldn't matter too much, but the Ultra HD does matter. So if you're doing video editing in 1080p, it really doesn't matter you have an i7 3rd generation or i7 6th generation. If you have a 2 gig VRAM versus a 4 gig VRAM for the video card, again, it doesn't matter for 1080p. But when you're doing Ultra HD, yeah, it does matter. Okay, where are we now? 93%. Okay, and it's 5 minutes and 52 seconds so far. So 87%, it's 7 minutes and 40 seconds. Okay, so 99%. Okay, let's see. Okay, so 8 minutes and 45 seconds. So i7 3rd generation Ultra HD 2.5 minutes video clip takes 8 minutes and 45 seconds to transcode. Not bad. Now let me conclude what just happened. Let's talk about the result. So the 4K Ultra HD video file, the 2.5 minute or 2 minutes and 25 seconds, 1 gig video file, was able to transcode it in, for example, for i5 3rd generation, 25 minutes and 52 seconds. So that's a little bit slow. Actually, not a little bit, it's a lot. 10 times the the actual duration of original video, which was only 2 minutes and 25 seconds, but it takes 25 minutes and 52 seconds. For the Xeon processor, it took 9 minutes and 43 seconds. For the i7 3rd generation, it took 8 minutes and 45 seconds. For the i7 6th generation, it took 6 minutes and 20 seconds. And the i7 8th generation, took 4 minutes and 17 seconds. You can see that the i7 8th generation can transcode quite fast for Ultra HD. Now I also did another test, but I only focused on the 3 laptops, the i7s, the 3rd, the 6th, and the 8th generation. Because the i5 3rd generation is just too slow, I would not even consider trying to transcode it Ultra HD now that I know the result. Same thing with the Xeon processor, the E5430, the older CPU that was like 10 to 12 years old. For some reason, it's faster than i5 3rd generation, but it's even when compared to i7 3rd generation, it's a bit slower. And this is a desktop. So I'm going to focus on the 3 i7's laptop. So from that result, I took a 9 minutes and 35 second video, Ultra HD, and that's a 4 gig video file, and I transcoded. The ending result was as follows. For the i7 3rd generation, it took 30 minutes and 21 seconds. So about 3 times the original duration of the video. The i7 6th generation took 24 minutes and 27 seconds. And the i7 8th generation took 13 minutes and 47 seconds. So in conclusion, if you are working with a 1080p video file that you transcode it to 1080p, i7, whether it's a 3rd to an 8th generation, really doesn't make that much a difference. There's a 40% increase if you go from i7 3rd generation to i7 8th generation. So if you're working with 1080p videos, i7 3rd generation is more than adequate. By increasing it to or upgrading it to i7 8th generation, you see maybe an improvement of 40%. And then even, for example, my i7 6th generation, there was no improvement whatsoever in terms of transcoding. In fact, they're about the same. Now, however, when you start to work with Ultra HD, there's a huge difference. The i7 8th generation, the CPU, the 8850H, the hexa-core, with GTX 1050 Ti, was able to transcode a 9.5 minute video in 13 minutes and 47 seconds. Whereas the i7 6th generation with the M1000 NVIDIA video card, that's a 4 gig VRAM, was able to transcode a 9.5 minutes Ultra HD video file in 24 minutes and 27 seconds. And then this i7 3rd generation was able to transcode that 30 minutes and a half. That 9 minutes and a half in 30 minutes and 21 seconds. So when you're talking about Ultra HD, then these newer generation i7 will definitely be helpful, assuming of course that you have optimal RAM, which is at least 8 gig RAM. You have a SSD drive, and then you have a video card that has a minimum of 4 gig VRAM, and it's GTX 1050 or M1000 or M2000 or even P1000, P2000 NVIDIA. Or you can also go for the Vega video card from AMD. Whatever you choose to pick, it depends on your video format. If you're going for 1080p, I don't think it matters too much in terms of i7 3rd generation to i7 8th generation. If you're going for Ultra HD, yes. Okay, so have a look at the result at the end, and you make your own conclusion. But this is what I find, and from this result, it will help me make a better decision when I pick my laptop. In fact, I made a video on how to choose a laptop. I had 3 categories, and it actually confirms what I said in those videos. All right, thanks for watching. EducateTube.com.